Do you know that just in 2019, 63.3 million hectares burned in Australia, Amazon forest and Arctic region? Global temperature anomalies are leading to increased wildfires. ATA provides a solution. We offer smart fire monitoring incorporating Prometeo as a service. In doing so, we require a 302k investment, a specialized team, and 1 year to start this project. Do you know that just in 2019, do you know that just temperature anomalies in fires, ATA provides to start this project. Hello everyone, today me and my team are going to present you smart monitoring for wildfire mitigation in the electrical supply industry. The agenda for today is introducing our startup, the Value Creation Wheel Framework, Phase 1 to Phase 5 of the Value Creation Wheel, and next steps. Let's start with introducing our startup. My name is Alessandra and this is my team, Katarina, Francisco, Wang and Thomas. First of all, let's try to understand the context. Climate change and drought are two of the main causes of fires around the world. When these conditions are combined with power lines, the consequent fires can have catastrophic effects on people, property and critical infrastructure. This poses challenges to public and private actors as they work to implement fire containment and mitigation programs. As we can see in the map, Russia, Brazil and Canada are the first three countries with the biggest forest areas. However, in 2019 there has been a disastrous fire in Australia that has burned 12% of the forest. In the same year, we register fires in Amazon forest and Arctic region. The first cause of fires is human, the second one is power lines. Given that fires has a bad impact on the health of the population, we firmly believe that wildfire mitigation is really important nowadays. Let's now take a look to our startup, ATA. We provide an analytical tool to make essential information easily accessible for electrical companies to monitor their networks and wildfire risk factors to ensure the safety of customers and shareholders. Our mission is providing essential information through an analytical tool for monitoring power lines and mitigating fires. Our vision is to protect the environment, people, and other stakeholders affected by the electrical supply industry. And among the various values, we can highlight transparency and honesty, innovation and creativity, corporate social responsibility. ATA, as an hexagon distributor, offers the same services like fire risk probability mapping, dynamic decision support tools incorporating 3D, workforce management, and mobile data collections. In addition, ATA can help electrical utility companies to mitigate wildfire risks by providing them with analytical EO tools that make essential real-time information for monitoring their networks easily accessible. Looking at the Earth observation value chain, ATA is positioned as a downstream, given that we create a link between data providers and processors and the end users. As you can see, in the EO value chain, we have first of all satellite data manufacturers and providers. Secondly, in the mainstream, we have EO image processing agency. Immediately after, we have the downstream, and we positioned our startup as value creator and data distributor. Finally, we have end users that in this case are decision makers of electrical suppliers and governments. Let's now take a look to the overview of the Earth observation market. As you can see, global Earth observation satellite market size is expected to reach $4,677.2 million by 2026 and the CAGR of 5.1% during 2021 and 2026. The top players are Airbus, GeoOptics, Hispasat, ImageSat International, and L3 Harris Technologies. As regards EO and big data, the satellite-based Earth observation market has had a significant growth in the last few years due to recent technical breakthroughs regarding data collection and storage. These breakthroughs have allowed new competitors from the technology field to enter the market, providing better and easier access to satellite images. ATA would like to achieve sustainable goals as it is already aligned to European Green Deal as regards climate, innovation and environment, to the Paris Agreement as regards mitigation, adaptation, technology and transparency, and to some sustainable development goals like, for instance, 8.3, 13.1 and 17.16. ATA's challenge is to find the most attractive geographical market to launch its smart monitoring for wildfire mitigation in the electrical supply industry initiative powered by Earth observation. As regards our potential markets, we think that governments, insurance and electric utility companies could be our customers, given that wildfire mitigation turns out to be an important topic for all of them. However, we think that as the service we offer is very specific, the best choice is to target the electric utility companies. Let's now go ahead with our agenda. So the second main point of our presentation is the value creation wheel framework. To find the right place for our startup, we decided to use the value creation wheel as ATA's framework. Let's start then with the phase 1, discover value. In this phase, we are going to analyze diagnostic main challenges and KPIs definition. To have an analysis of ATA industry environment, including its competitive structure, competitive position, and dynamics, let's talk about external analysis. The PESTLE analysis served as an indicator of opportunities and threats. Among the opportunities, considering the political aspect, we have the promotion of effective science-based forest fire management and the shift on the focus from suppression to prevention and increasing the awareness. On the other hand, considering the technological point of view, ATA, as a hexagon distributor, uses satellites to monitor wildfire mitigation. The main As regarding Porter's 5 forces, threat of new entrants and threat of substitutes are low because of structural and strategic barriers to entry and high replacement costs of our service. The bargaining power of suppliers is high because we are dependent on Hexagon, given that we are their distributor, and on geodata design, that is a Hexagon partner that help us to improve the algorithm Prometeo. The bargaining power of buyers is low because there are few competitors offering the same services. There are also high switching costs and we are slightly dependent on our main buyers. So, the Porter's 5 forces suggest moderate competitive rivalry given the small number of competitors, the forecast of market growth, and the low differentiation in the market. Let's go ahead with the competitor analysis. At this early stage, ATA analyzed direct and indirect competitors, focusing on analyzing on 5 direct and 2 other competitors. Nina Space, IDASH, Overstory, Global Wildfire Information System, and SpaceSure are direct competitors as they use the same technology, satellite Earth observation, to offer different services such as providing AI-powered solution, access to reliable data, risk and vulnerability mapping. They work in many countries such as US, Europe, Africa, India, and Argentina, and their customer ties are mainly governments, insurance, and electrical utilities. As regards other competitors, ATA analyzed Gridware and Siemens. What differentiates them from other competitors is their different technologies, remote telemetry and edge AI, and spark risk mitigation, environmental analysis, and hazard mitigation. Regarding ATA competitors matrix, we decided to analyze technical experience of companies in developing and using new technologies and market presence in how many countries these competitors operate. As regards ATA, we differentiate our offer through fire risk probability mapping, dynamic decision support tools, workforce management, and mobile data collection. It is further positioned with high technical skills through the recruitment of highly specialized and competent people. Let's now talk about the stakeholder analysis. To perform a detailed analysis of the stakeholders connected to our startup, we have created a matrix where we will classify our stakeholders according to the relevance they have for us as well as their power. In the upper right corner of the matrix, we have the stakeholders that will play a key role in our business and are therefore classified as critical. Because they are the most important stakeholders, we will have to manage them closely to keep them satisfied. Examples of this type of stakeholders are the electric utility companies, the investors, and the employees. In the upper left quadrant are the stakeholders that are somewhat less important to our business, but have a lot of power. Examples of these stakeholders are government, local government and regulators, and suppliers. At the bottom left of the matrix, we have the stakeholders that also assume a very high level of relevance for our business, and therefore we must contact them regularly and keep them informed. They are environmental conservation agency, data analysts, AI professionals, and emergency responders are examples of stakeholders belonging to this quadrant. Finally, in the lower left quadrant are the stakeholders that we only want to monitor as they have little ability to influence our business. For example, landowners and NGOs. As you can see, stakeholders are involved in different phases of the value creation wheel. Employees KDMs, and competitors are involved in all the phases of the process. Customers, insurance companies, landowners, and NGOs are involved in the central phases. Investors, suppliers, government, emergency responders, and Environment Conservation Agency are involved in the final phases. Moving on, we can take a look to the internal analysis. ATA's strengths include access to real-time information provided by satellites that cover large areas. This eliminates the need for physical data collection and ensures more efficiency. However, ATA is a new entrant that depends on external services for data analysis, and so is likely to face a lot of established competition. Nonetheless, the general population is becoming more concerned for the environment and sustainable practice, which gives ATA an opportunity to raise awareness and provide a sustainable solution for wildfire mitigation. ATA's strategies include incorporating SDGs to improve the value proposition, beginning operations in a market with lower competition to gain visibility, and hiring experts in technology to improve the team's expertise and ensure the best tech and data at ATA's disposal. To finish the phase 1 of the value creation wheel, let's talk about the key performance indicators. Smart key performance indicators allow us to follow our objectives and identify possible deviations throughout and behind the value creation wheel process. They are entry markets, so we identify the most promising entry market for ATA's wildfire mitigation service. Investors, we find investors to equip ATA with funds and its initial stages. Customers, we spot and target potential customers for our service, and in the end, earnings. We create profits and reach positive ROI for sustainable growth. KPIs were further analyzed in terms of importance so that our team may be able to prioritize objectives. We divided them in team-related and project-related. Team-related KPIs are divided into team-related to measure the strength of a team and its ability to perform, and project-related to measure the success of the project. In addition, they were ranked with different importance, low, medium, and high, in order to prioritize the most important ones and then gradually analyze also medium and low importance KPIs.
As for segmentation, targeting, and positioning, ATA differentiates its customer based on needs, demographics, and behavior, with main segments being the Thai government, fire departments, insurance companies, and electric utility companies. ATA targets by assessing whether segments have an impact and are large players in the wildfire mitigation market in the country. And so it chooses electric utility companies as the main target end user, directly in contact with other segments which are also still able to use other service. In the industry, end users lack expertise and understanding of highly complex EO data. The downstream industry is global and lacking local funding. ATA is then positioned as a downstream service provider. ATA creates the link between the data providers and processors and the end users making decisions on wildfire mitigation. ATA makes acquiring relevant and real-time value information available to those who need it most. To better understand the local market needs and better position ATA, the team has identified three competitors who offer similar services in Thailand. Surveymicon, which provides a smoke watch app for ecosystem protection and disaster prevention. Shanghai Hotspot, which is an application developed by three universities in Thailand. Community Forest Fire Production Unit, which is a product planned by WWF Talent using a forest restoration model. After analyzing the target market needs and competitors' strengths and weaknesses, ATA selected technical expertise required by end user and specialization in wildfire mitigation as two main focuses for ATA to differentiate itself from other competitors. ATA will have high level of both factors to stand out from the existing players in the market. Furthermore, ATA will follow a blue ocean strategy to gain competitive advantage through its ability in comprehension of local needs, IT expertise, and marketing. These are expressed through its partnership agreements, close communication with end users, and real-time information offering. ATA's offering focuses on two aspects: accurate and up-to-date high-resolution data and precise calls for action work information about urgency. The services are available in three different time sequences: forecast reports with a monthly outlook to initiate mitigation activities, live reports with real-time data to react in a fast-changing environment, and review reports that provide customers with past data to evaluate mitigation activities. ATA's service price is aligned with the industry, and its price strategy is flexible and adapts to its client needs. There are two options available for customers. The first is $0.99 per hectare, offering reviews reports, forecast reports, and limited hectares. It has a limited number of accounts and is only on desktop. The second option is $2.99 per hectare with all the benefits of the first option but also with live reports, app interface, and no account limit. Regarding conceptualization, the app and the website interface prototypes aim to provide greater mobility and autonomy to users so that they can make more informed decisions and act fast when necessary. The app provides a more concise report of what is going on in the situation, what's the probability of wildfire incidents in the area is, and how to make immediate action. Also allows for notification to be sent to the Grid Control Center as well as nearby firemen, government officials, and population. The website, as a complement, gives access to all real-time available and process information through a platform adapted to different services. It provides simulations, electric grids, checks, real-time data reports, and communication with nearby fire departments, government officials, population, and other relevant stakeholders. Continuing with the marketing mix as a basis, after conducting market research and analyzing placements, Atta decided to use direct channels to sell its products since the services offered by Atta required training and clarification to end users. Several physical stores will be opened, beginning in North Thailand, with plans to expand service offers to all over Thailand as the business progresses. Headquarters will be set up in Krabi and office in Chiang Mai. Atta will also apply several marketing channels to promote its service in the market. Advertising will be used to grab attention and awareness on wildfire mitigation, email marketing to directly reach out to the potential customers, and participation in conferences and events to increase contact with customer base.
We will now move on to phase 5, which is all about consolidating value. Consolidating value in this context means that the key decision makers validate the business model, they estimate key resources needed, and they assess the KPI achievement. And in the last step, prepare to implement the final solution. The value proposition canvas was introduced to the project, showing the fit between customer segment and value proposition. It takes up ATA's products and services that create gains and relieve pain so that customers can fulfill their jobs. Our customers want to provide safe and sustainable electricity, but they have problems in assessing solutions that fit their needs. Our service provided through app and website provides them with a low threshold solution that can easily be implemented and enables them to do their job in a way that is aspired. The 3 M's are used to determine the resources ATA needs to start and run its business. It includes manpower as a measure for human resources needed, minute for describing the timely sequence, and money for financial resources count in. ATA needs a total of 12 employees, being experts in different fields. Data scientists and website and app developers play an important role, as well as customer trainers, interpreters, lawyers, and managers. The aimed task-relevant maturity for every position was evaluated and is considered to be high for managers, data scientists, and customer trainers. All management positions are filled by our core team. To ensure that the project schedule is followed and the steps can be executed at the right time and with good quality, the team created the chart illustrating the time sequence. It includes 4 major steps in the following years. These steps are conceptualization, fundraising, launch and review, and concludes with commercialization and expansion. Based on the average costs in the industry and main expenses for the startup phase, ATA's basic main costs in the first financial year were estimated. Summing up personnel costs, office rent and equipment, expenses for marketing and app and website, as well as visa and registration, it turns out that ATA needs a total of $320,000 of funds in the first year. However, this is just a rough estimation of future costs based on average costs in Thailand. ATA's business model includes a variety of different processes, stakeholders, and operations. To make this complex interaction both predictable and lucid, ATA used a business model canvas as a strategic management template. It consists of 9 blocks aggregated in 4 groups, namely infrastructure, offering, customers, and finances. We already spoke about 2 very important aspects, which were the value proposition and its fit with customer segments. Besides that, details about our key partners, key activities, and key resources can be found, as well as on the customer side, the customer relationship, customer segments, and channels through which the customers are served. And last but not least, also the cost structure and ATA's revenue streams can be found. As one of the last steps for now, we looked at how we performed regarding KPIs. Fortunately, the evaluation showed that ATA achieved all the team-related KPIs. Also, project-related short-term KPIs have all been reached with one exception. ATA was not able to include at least 5 different external stakeholders in the VCW process. Although we reached out to many different electric utility companies and potential future competitors, no response was obtained. At this time, project-related medium-term and long-term KPIs have not been met, since their time horizon is 1 to 3 years after the market entrance. They will be eventually evaluated later, but are monitored on a regular basis to adjust if the successful achievement is in danger.
Let's now move on to the next steps of our company. So, we will begin expansion plans for further regions of Thailand. We will go ahead with KDM's checkpoints meeting. We will test ATA success and build relationships in the market, contact and acquire the first customers, and finish setting up and establish ATA in northern Thailand. The value creation wheel framework allows ATA to find its target market and customers, as well as to prepare its business plan and offering for market entry. Its tools help ATA to be better prepared.